And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Nom Nom is the game we're taking a look at today. It is pretty much a crime that this game does not have a picture of Cookie Monster on, or is about Cookie Monster, or is about cookies. No, instead it's about other animals eating things. So apparently when frogs eat flies, they go, nom nom, and when the hedgehogs get the frogs, they do the same thing. Okay, I can live with that. So we've accomplished the fact that it's not about Cookie Monster. Then I look and see it's from Brain Games. Now, here's something I've learned about Brain Games. Brain Games make games that are one mechanism. There's one thing usually in these games. And sometimes it's very clever, and sometimes it's okay. Which one is this? Let's look. The game comes with 3 boards that you can put in any order you want. There's really no order to putting these boards. You can leave them separate because each board functions differently. On these boards you have 3 basic kinds of foods, carrots, flies, and cheese. The animals that eat those: rabbits eat carrots, frogs eat flies, mice eat cheese, and then predators. Coyotes eat rabbits, hedgehogs eat frogs, and cats eat mice. There is a pile of dice that you'll take at the beginning of each round and roll those dice. These dice are going to be sorted out and placed on whatever is rolled. So here, for example, a whole ton of mice were rolled. A few of each of the other ones were rolled. So you can see here, there's 5 mice, there's 2 cheese, there's 2 flies, 3 vegetables, 2 rabbits, and a frog. Each player has a handful of cards that match the 6 top predators who like to eat the different types of food. So you have 1 of each. And in each round, players are going to play 1 of each card. So let's say in a 5-player game, blue played this. Everyone plays them face down and reveals them at the same time. Purple played a cat, red played a cat, green plays a mouse, and the brown player plays a rabbit. Now, both the brown player and the blue player are lucky. Rabbits eat carrots, so they're fine. Rabbit gets all the carrots, and he'll take those in front of him. If 2 players had played rabbits, let's say there was another player playing, and yellow and tan had both played them, then they would have each taken 1 carrot, and the remainder would have stayed there. They would have split them evenly, leaving the remainder. If there, for some reason, had been no carrots and you played a rabbit, then you would just take your card and put it in front of you. And that's how that works. Same thing here. The frog is the only frog there placed, so he gets both of the flies, and you take them and place them in front of you. Over here, the mouse is not going to get the cheese because the cats are going to eat the mouse before he plays the cheese. So there's 2 cats, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mice. So each one will take this, half the mice, and they'll put those in front of them. If someone plays, for example, let's say there had been 2 cats and only 1 mouse. Well, the mouse is discarded. His owner does not get to keep him, and these 2 guys would get both their cats placed in front of them. So if you manage to put someone else out and they don't die, you'll get their card back. If you kill someone else's card, eat them, you will get their card, and you will also collect dice. After players play their cards, they'll play the next card until all players have played all 6 of their cards. Then you will count your points for that round, which are kept track of on a scoring pad. Each of your cards is worth 1 point that you've had survive. Each card that you've captured from someone else is worth a point. Each black die is worth a point. That's the mice, frogs, and the rabbits. Each red die is worth 2 points, and that's the cheese, the flies, and the vegetables. Whoever has the most points after 3 rounds of playing all 6 cards is the winner of the game. Okay, well this one is really a mechanism that we've seen before. This is what we call the Vizzini effect, where I know you're going to put out the mouse, so I'm going to put out the cat. But I know you know that I'm going to put out the cat, that you're going to put out the mouse and I'm going to put out the cat, so you're going to put out the frog. But I figured out that you're going to put out the cat or the frog. I'm lost already. But that's how the game works. You're trying to outthink other players. And so if you go up to the maximum number of players, which is 6, it's even It's almost too hard to control at that point. I think the game is best played with 3 players because you're sitting there looking at both the other players, figuring out how to get them out. Now, the quality of the components are cool. The boards are beautiful. The dice are great, and it's fun to roll those dice at the beginning of the game. The fact that you have to play all 6 cards is a good idea, and it's really intriguing as you try to outplay each person because each board, like I said, is different, but you have to play cards to all the different boards. Point swings can be high. Sometimes you get really lucky. You played the mouse when there was 5 pieces of cheese, and nobody played a cat. Boom, shakalaka. But at the same time, everyone sees that 5 pieces of cheese, so everyone says, well, I'll put our mice out there, so I put out the cat, and boom, I have all the mice. And so, I mean, that's really what the game is. Like I said, their games boil down to one thing, and here it is, outthinking your opponent. This is nothing new. It's nothing unusual. It's in other games that I've seen, but I think it does a good job in this one. It might be a slightly bigger box than I want for a game of this weight. What I mean by the weight is this is a 20-minute 6-player game, but you've got 6 people, you're sitting around, maybe wanting a filler game to play in between other games. This is an excellent choice. It is a good game. I had a lot of fun. I could play it a couple times in a row. I don't know that I would want to play it all the time, but I do like Vizzini games. I really do, because I like the idea of going, okay, they're going to play that. And I'm usually wrong, because I will drink the poison wine in front of me. But it's easy to teach, so I think this one has a lot of legs. It can work with teens all the way up to adults, so that, maybe not Cookie Monster, but as the cat says, nom nom.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.